All right, what's going on, guys? Today is Wednesday, April 8th, 2020. This is 5 Minutes of Freight. My name is Steve Oatley. This show is, like I just said, 5 Minutes of Freight. It's where I try to cover some of the nation's biggest news stories as related to the trucking and freight industries in under 5 minutes. It's very hard to do. I'm going to try to do it. As you guys can see, I have a timer on my screen. Let me get that started, and then we will go. So the coronavirus update, we have 400,549 cases in the United States with over 140 cases in New York alone. There have been over 12,000 deaths related to the virus, and over 700 of those cases were in New York on Tuesday. And I believe that the number yesterday was over 700. Yeah, whatever. Today's Wednesday. Screwed that one up. Whatever. Amazon's decision to pull the plug on a delivery service is making waves online. According to Business Insider, Amazon broke the news to clients via email. For anyone who didn't know, Amazon was silently and not really publicizing a beta test of a package delivery system similar to UPS and FedEx. Amazon has decided for whatever reason that it wasn't exactly the most profitable thing they've done, so they send an email out to shippers saying that after careful consideration, we have decided to pause our Amazon shipping service in the United States. Our last day for pickup will be June 5th. In politics, Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer is calling for $225,000 in heroes pay for frontline healthcare, service industry workers, and truckers as Congress pushes ahead with the new coronavirus rescue package. If successful, the fund would allow for the payment of $25,000 to essential workers who earn less than $200,000 per year and a $5,000 payment for those who earn more than $2,000 a year. It's important to recognize that based on what it looks like now, even if it ever passes, which it probably won't just because of the way politics is and operates, and would apply to company drivers. The payments would be sent to companies and then they would be responsible for dispersing it out. I think there would be a huge amount of problems actually paying out that money to truck drivers. But just so everyone understands, based on the time and the amount of money that everyone works, it would work out to about $13 on top of your regularly hourly pay for most truck drivers. In other news, I covered it extensively yesterday. There was a truck stop stabbing spree. I'm calling it a truck stop slang. Anyway, police responded to a 911 call early Tuesday morning after reports of a stabbing at a Pilot truck stop in Nashville, Tennessee. Upon arriving, they found stabbing victims both inside and outside of the truck stop location. Witnesses told deputies the suspect was in the parking lot. Police confronted the armed suspect, who was armed with the knife, ordered him to drop the knife. He did not comply and was shot. All three victims, all three who were killed were all Pilot employees and all women. A customer was also injured. Her condition is unknown. The suspect was a company truck driver from Durham, North Carolina. Pilot did release a statement saying today is a difficult day for the Pilot company. We are devastated to confirm the loss of 3 team members and the injury of a guest after an act of violence at our Strawberry Plains, Tennessee location this morning. It is with a heavy heart we extend our deepest sympathies to the families and loved ones of the victims. We are providing support and counseling for families and our team. We are working closely with the authorities. That's a big deal. The driver was a company driver. I do know what company he worked for. I'm not putting it in the press. I'm not writing an article about it because I don't think it's relevant. I don't think it helps anybody. It's certainly not going to help the company that he worked for. And then in the last news story that we're going to talk about today, I hammered through this. I'm pretty impressed. We're going to talk about COVID strikes. McDonald's workers in Los Angeles, San Jose, St. Louis, Tampa, Raleigh, Durham, and elsewhere have staged job actions this week in coordinated push for safer working conditions, paid sick leave, and hazard pay. Keep in mind, it's very important for me to remind all you guys that when all the restaurants started shutting down and all this eat-in seating started shutting down, it was these very places where truck drivers were being turned away from drive-thrus. So keep that in mind. It kind of bugs me a little bit, but whatever. Grocery workers, warehouse workers, factory workers, construction workers, and other who are directly exposed to the danger of infection on the job have all walked out in protest in the past week. According to their basically saying they're arguing that their low wages do not make up for the risks they're taking. This has been a fun episode. I think this is the first time I've ever finished talking in less than 5 minutes. but whatever. Make sure you tune to freightbrokerlive.com for all your breaking news. Make sure you search Freight Broker Live on podcast players everywhere to listen to the best freight podcast you've ever heard. See you later. Bye.